Hey guys, welcome to our September TechByte. Appreciate you guys attending on short notice because I don't normally like to do it like that, but I just got so busy with quarter end stuff and everything, and didn't get my session and my invite together until last minute there. So appreciate that. For today, we're going to continue talking about some of the new innovations Checkpoint has put into our management side, specifically another one that kind of leverages AI, and that would be the policy insights. So I'm going to go through a slide deck. I have a very short demo to show you as well, so we'll go ahead and do that too. As soon as the slide will advance. There we go. So we talked about it last time. Checkpoint, after years of kind of having the same few blade options on the management side, we've added a few more packages that include quite a few different AI-based technologies to enrich your management experience and also to make it a lot easier for you, and kind of help you do a few things a little bit quicker, right? So 6 innovations that accelerate your productivity. Here they are. These are the 2 new packages, right? We got the premium package and the complete. For years, we had just the management or just the management and smart event, or the management, smart event, and compliance, which you see those are the top 2 here. They're in both these packages. The premium one gives you play blocks, AI ops, and the Infinity Identity. The complete one gives you all that, plus the policy auditor, the Infinity Copilot, which was the topic of our TechByte session last month, and then right there, the policy insights. So the obvious question, what is policy invites? Policy insights. Policy insights provides least privilege, right? It essentially tightens your overly permissive rules and removes unused objects. It enhances your security and maintains a sanitized policy. Any of us that have had a Checkpoint firewall environment for really any period of time, but certainly a lot of our customers have been with us for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Your rule-based sprawls, right? It just happens with any firewall vendor, right? You make a bunch of rules. You tend to not remove rules because maybe we still need it, or maybe we'll still need it at a later time. And over time, that makes for, a little bit less secure, and probably just as important, difficult to manage. It does make the firewall run, slightly slower if you're looking at it on the, on the microseconds sort of scale. Because it has a larger policy and more rules to run all the traffic through, right? But by leveraging this AI and using the policy insights engine, we could quickly see objects and rules that are not being used and remove them to make it better security and make the policy cleaner. This slide, which I don't love, essentially is just telling you that this is how the insights breaks down the rule, right? Like, what is the service? What is the source? What is the destination? What is the action, right? So on and so forth, right? And it's looking at all these pieces of data about a rule to make its decision. Now, this is a video that they put in here, which is cool that they did this, but I'm going to go ahead and skip the video because we're going to go to a demo. So prerequisites, right? You have to have the management complete package, right? Which we could, also set you up with an eval if you want to try this out. You need R82 with a jumbo hotfix accumulator of take 14 or higher. You need R82 smart console, build 1055 or higher. The auto update package needs to be version 71 or higher. That kind of usually takes care of itself, but that could be an issue. And then the management server and the log servers all have to have internet access, right? Because the AI engine needs to access the logs and pour through them to see if objects are being used, and so on. Policy insights also doesn't apply to every single rule, right? It will only analyze a rule that meets these criteria. The actions accept, ask, or inform, right? We're not looking at drop rules, at least currently, for policy insights. Um, the track column has something in it, right? Because we do need a log to look at. To create insights into the source and destinations columns, the objects in the source or destination has to be one of those types: any host, network, group, and security gateway, security clusters. Um, I mean, I would think almost all rules are one of those types for the source and destination, but there are a few exceptions, of course. Insights that modify the services and application column require that this column contains only these type of objects. So the only services we're actually checking against are TCP UDP services, ICMP, RPC, and DCRPC. And in a multi-domain environment, only the domain rules are analyzed. So a lot of these are kind of, I guess a lot of the stuff that would not get analyzed is really like specific sort of use cases, other than the drop rules, or the drop rules aren't getting analyzed. You can go right into the admin guides in the latest admin guides. These are the links to get there, to go ahead and see how to get that fired up and do it. It's really just a couple clicks to get it going. Okay, so now move over to our, actually I'll pause for 1 second and just check see if there's any questions in the chat or what have you. Don't see any, which I kind of anticipated. That's cool. So I will go ahead and pop open our Smart Console. So here's a demo environment. Oh, wait a minute, we got a question. Yes. So the question was, how can we try this out? You can definitely get an evaluation for this, as well, and the evaluation will come with the other AI tools and management that we discussed, right? The Copilot and the other stuff we saw on that slide. Where is the slide? This slide right here, right? The AI ops, the Infinity Play blocks, the policy auditor, the identity, all those things, right? The eval will come with those. So good question. Oop, wrong one. This one right here. Okay, cool. So here's Smart Console. Start like this, and maybe I'll make it full screen. We'll see. Here's Smart Console. This is a demo environment in the cloud I have available to me to show this. And you'll notice when we're here looking at our policy, there's a button here now up on this top left called Insights, right? And we can go ahead and this is just a normal rule base, pretty vanilla. But we can go ahead and click right in here and look. So we click the button, Policy Insights brings us up, and it has a bunch of suggestions, right? And they break it out into like some categories. So, for example, the first one is remove unmatched objects. So sometimes objects that you add to the policy rules are no longer needed or no longer in use. This will check for that, and you can choose to remove them, right? So what it shows us, the insights, right, is you see these rules, these 3 rules, have an object that hasn't been matched in the last 90 days, okay? So you see right here, this rule, right, which is access to the public web server. The HTTP service has not been matched for 90 days. It hasn't had an HTTP request, right? So it's telling you, hey, this is an unused thing. It's making the database longer, etc. Right? So you may wish to go ahead and change that rule. Same thing here, right? On this one, was it allow corporate access from LAN to the DMZ, and you'll see here, right, unmatched object again. The FTP protocol hasn't been matched in 90 days, right? And again, here in this rule, right, special access to the jump server. There was a temp jump server at one point, right, and we see that hasn't been accessed. So what could we do with this information? There's really three actions. You can apply the change, right? You can decline the change, and you can decide later. Decide later simply means that we're going to move it into this section here of decide later. Decline means we're not going to have it come up here anymore, but it will remain in this decline suggestions section for you, which is cool in case you ever go back and say, you know what, maybe I will try it that way. So let's go ahead and we're going to decline this one because maybe the web server will need HTTP one day. Go ahead, you click it, and it successfully declined it. Let's go ahead and accept this jump server one because, yeah, that temp jump server is gone now, right? So we'll go ahead and apply it. As you can see, I hit apply. It changes the rule after a couple seconds. And there we go, one successfully done. And then this one, we'll go ahead and push this into decide later. I don't know what I want to do right now. The other type of suggestion we have currently, right, is the suggestion to, it looks through your objects and it says, hey, let's make a rule that's either more concise or to remove objects that are too overly permissive, right? So as an example, right, we see a VPN between the branch offices and the HQ LAN, and you see right here, it's saying, hey, replace these specific gateways with this object that we have, this group called branch offices, because in that group is all these gateways, right? So why have them explicitly listed when you could use the group object? Plus, if you ever add a branch, you add it to that branch offices group, and instantly the rule applies, right? So that's a pretty good rule, you know, so we'll go ahead and apply that one. Just a second to apply that. Yep. And then in here, right, like, again, right, access to the public web server. The source for this one is any. It doesn't like this existing object. It wants to tighten it by using just the branch offices group again. And that will tighten the rule, make it more secure, right? I don't necessarily agree with this one. So we would like decline that one. And then, again, the public FTP server, instead of having services any, make it only FTP, right? Don't allow services that are not FTP to the FTP server. That sounds like a good rule. So we'll decline that first one. Yep. We'll accept that second one. Beans. And then the last one, allow IT access sources, the HQ LAN, rather just the IT network. That sounds like a good one too. But you know what? I don't want to make a decision right now. So we'll decide later. Okay. So we've gone through, we've looked at all these suggestions, right? Which is really cool. The one thing we want to do, let me go ahead and full screen this because I want to make sure we got it all. Full screen. Go. Get rid of that guy. Okay. You can export these suggestions as a CSV, by the way, if you want to put them into a sheet, take a look, or maybe you want to share them with people or whatever. Okay, so we've taken those insights, right? The last thing we got to do, never forget, you got to publish and install, right? Because if you don't publish and install, it won't, it obviously won't take effect. And you can even see like, hey, these rules have been edited, right? Like that one was one of the ones we changed. Here's another one we changed. But yeah, if you publish and install, then your insights have taken taken hold and you're good to go. So that's all I really wanted to show you was quickly the policy insights. A quick, easy demo. I feel like but it's very understandable, and I think it's great for these rule bases that have been around a while, to kind of tighten them up and to maybe do a little housekeeping on them at the same time. Um, yeah, that's about it. So if any questions or anything like that, I have the chat open. And if not, I appreciate you guys taking the time today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.